Alright guys, here's the thing. Don't undervalue or overvalue the cold approach. There's a lot of guys who will undervalue the cold approach because they think it's a very basic thing to do. Like there isn't much to it. Well, other guys overvalue the cold approach because they think that's all there is to it, or they get success from the cold approach that they don't incorporate other elements in to their dating repertoire, basically. So one thing I see a lot of guys doing, as I've said before, is approaching when you shouldn't be approaching. What I mean by that is if a girl's in a rush or she's doing something that seems fairly important, it's a bad idea to cold approach her. You really should not be cold in approaching her, because the likelihood of you having a good outcome in that approach is fairly low. In fact, you would most likely be on the defensive on that cold approach. Let's say you kind of went up behind her, and that's one thing. Don't approach girls from behind or at the side. Be in their field of vision, be at the front in their view, so that they know you're coming or you're there. Like, the worst thing to happen is that you lose a girl, or you lose out on a date or seeing a girl or talking to a girl because you scared her and she's just automatically turned off because you decided to go up behind her, tap her on the shoulder, scared her, or kind of tap her on her back. Like, that is like a bad start to a cold approach. You are already on the defensive, and at that point there's really not much you can do about it. You could turn it around, yeah, I've seen it, but if you really don't know that you're not supposed to be coming from behind, or out of her field of vision, maybe at the sides or at the back, you won't be able to turn around, because there's so much things that she's gonna just start shit testing you. She's already turned off. Her her interest level in you could have been high by now. It's low because of what you did. There's so many variables, and that's why you have to cold approach correctly. As I've said before, if a girl is meditating or she's doing what seems really important, just don't cold approach her until she's done, because then what you're doing is you're interrupting her. And how would you like to be concentrating on something super important? Think of anything. Maybe you're studying for a test. It could even be your bar or your MCATs, whatever it is. How would you like if somebody approaches you and just starts yapping off at you, asking you all types of questions? You can be annoyed, right? Exactly. So if you don't like it, then how can you expect a woman to like it when you interrupt her in whatever she deems appropriate or important to her in her life? Exactly. So that is why you should wait until she's either finished, and then you can approach at the appropriate time, or if she's sending you choosing signals while she's doing this stuff, then go ahead. You can definitely approach. You have to have the good social skills in terms to kind of figure out what's going on. Just like I've said, it's a bad idea to cold approach if whatever she's doing seems important, unless she's giving you some sort of choosing signal and she's basically inviting you to approach and to have a conversation with her, or even more. Then definitely you should be approaching female. Of course, she's cute, she's pretty, she's beautiful, she looks nice, dresses well, then of course approach her if she is giving you those choosing signals. But if not, you are just going to be on the defensive, and it's just not going to turn out well for you. So overall, what I want to say is that yes, while cold approach can be simplistic to some people, it can be a very useful tool for others that find it as an advanced tool. It depends on how you go about things, how you incorporate other things, other factors in your dating repertoire. So in terms of choosing signals. Choosing signals is great. Choosing signals are good. Choosing signals are a thing that can help you get a date. But you also have to know how to use or perceive choosing signals so you're not perceiving something that isn't there. Like I said, a lot of guys will overestimate interest. I always do this one example where I say if one guy walks into a room with 100 women, he talks to all of them, that guy's gonna think most of those women want him on some sort of sexual level. If a woman walks into a room, talks to 100 guys, she's gonna think, yeah, a lot of those guys are cool, but she's not gonna think, she wants to see or be with or talk to most of them. She might want to see, be with, talk to, a few of those guys. She might even want to date or, hang out with, Netflix and chill, maybe 1, 2, or 3 of those guys. This is why people need to understand, what you need to understand is that you shouldn't overestimate sexual interest. And that's one of the really drawbacks of, perception and perceiving choosing signals. Because what you might think is a good choosing signal is just somebody being nice to you, or maybe she's just being platonic, maybe she's just being flirty with you, and there's just nothing there. That could be it. There's just nothing there. So overall, cold approach properly. Don't cold approach where you turn a woman off. Approach her from the front where she can actually see you, and based on your skills, your social skills that are your foundation for cold approaching, you can talk, you can gauge interest, you can increase interest, and you can transition into a date, which I would call an insta date.